Hi everyone, Kathy Arbor here. Today I thought I would let you watch my process of my what I call grunge journaling. Um, it's done in one of the composition books that I get these at the dollar store for $1. Um, so it's cheap paper, but what I've done is I glued two of the sheets together to make it a little more substantial, and I've gotten a lot of comments on these what I call emotion faces. I just thought I would try doing different emotions because I just like the look. It tells a story. It's much more interesting than just a face looking blank, straight on. I don't know, I'm that way, I guess. I just like um, different looking faces, different angles of faces, three quarters, or looking up or looking down upon a face. Glasses. I always like to push myself to try something I haven't done before. Like this was the glasses and the hat that I haven't really done before. Most of these pages I have done so far are in the what they call the High Flow shading gray. And I love this stuff. It's highly pigmented, but it's transparent, as you can see. That's what this here means. But you can add on top of it if you want it a little darker. So it's kind of like watercolor, but it's not going to move on you if you decide to go over that area. Like watercolor will move. So that's what I've done with these, and then I've taken either a micron pens in different widths. This one's 2. Depending on what I'm doing as far as detail. I like the smaller size, like 0.05 for doing like eyelashes and eyebrows, or just very, very fine wrinkles, that type of thing. And then I also use the Stabilo white pens for highlighting, such as in the hair, well, on top of the nose here, or the little glint of light in the eye. And I've done all of these on top of collage papers that I've just torn out of magazines or newspapers, junk mail. Some of them are tissue papers or deli wrap that I've already stamped, like these here are actually deli wrap, deli paper stamps. I have added a little bit of color, but not much, like the red and blue in here, but very little, very little. I just like it. See, there's a green and red there, a little bit of blue here. I guess it's just a different look. So I've had a lot of comments that people like this look, and I thought I would show you my process. As you can see, I've already started. I like to start backgrounds. So I've added bits of book pages, and these here, they were stamps that I had. I do on deli paper, and then you can basically put them all around your sheet to see where you want them without having to stamp right on your sheet. And then you just glue it down. I love doing that. Maps. These were from Fashion Magazine. Um, that was a transfer. This right in here was part of a transfer that I did. So I have one, well, kind of 2 pages. This was just a doodle I was playing with. And then I'm done my book. It's a little wrinkled, and that doesn't bother me because this is just a journal. It's for practice, and that's what I'm doing, is experimenting, practicing, seeing what I can do, and that's how you learn. That's how you get ideas. And so I thought I would show you. So to start off with, usually I put down papers or magazines. I haven't really done any stamping per se directly on the sheet. I've used the deli wrap. There, this is deli wrap that I stamped with my stamps. So one evening, that's what I did. This deli wrap is actually called scale paper, and it doesn't feel very waxy, but there is a slight shine on one side, and then it's more matte on the other. And there is a difference when you put your stamps on it. The shiny side won't really stamp properly. It kind of balls up, so you'll know if you've got the wrong side. But yeah, it stamps pretty good on this. Very detailed. And then when you cut it out and put it on anything, really, it doesn't have to be just white. You can put it on a painted surface already, whatever, and it's great. So I thought today I would use odds and sods, and I always use depending on the thickness of the paper. If it's from a really thick, shiny, glossy magazine paper that's thick, not the thin stuff, then I'll use the heavy gel medium to put it down, and then it'll stay down. Anything else, I use the matte medium and the fluid. You can use, I have no real preference. It could be Liquitex or Golden, they're the ones that I normally use. But this is great for using on tissue and napkins, anything that's very soft or can fall apart easily. So that's what I'm going to do, and I've already put the matte medium in this little lid here. And so what I'm going to do is just fast forward from here, and when I am at a certain point, I'll stop and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Okay, here we go. done here is I've used the matte medium fluid to lay down all of these tissue papers and napkin. This was a transfer that I did, so I just used a book and put the fluid medium on the page and then put this down on it, rubbed it or burnished it until it was not quite dry, and then pulled it up, and then it leaves partial text, and I like that. I like kind of a rough look to it. You can also just tear portions of it. So say you put this down, you could leave this, tear up this, and you'd have that show up where you took this off. Yeah, you can do many different things with transfers. So now I'm going to dry it and then probably whitewash. So I'll dry it. And I'll fast forward through the drying and stop and let you know what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I just have these little tubes of titanium white. You don't have to use golden. Actually, if you have craft paint, use that because it won't stick when your pages are together. Your pages won't stick. Or gesso's fine too. I've got some gesso here. This is Art Alternatives. I usually just paint out of the lid. Okay. Now the next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide what kind of face I want to do. As I said before, a lot of times I use, well, I have been using what they call expressions or emotion faces. And this is where I get my inspiration from. This book is awesome. So it's Facial Expressions, a Visual Reference for Artists by Mark Simon. Every possible expression. And there's women, there's men, there's different ages. And you get to pick, you know, even side profiles, back of heads, looking up, all kinds of stuff. These are great if you want to practice doing these. They're great for making into like a comic book sketch, cartoons, sculpture. They use them for everything. You can also get one on children and teenagers also. So if you're really serious about expressions, I would suggest this because you can look on Pinterest and stuff, but it takes hours to find an expression you want, and they're all right here. So it's worth the price. There's the information. I believe I bought this one on Amazon, and it was, ooh, I'm thinking around $16 that I paid. I'm not sure. I don't think it gives a price here. Oh yeah, there it is. It's $24 or US is $21.99. Okay, I've found a picture and I've already drawn it on here. It was this one right here. I don't know if you can, right there. So what I've done is I've basically done the major, like the eyes, eyebrows, a few of the lines in the around the eyes where the shading would be darker, and mouth. So I'm thinking of doing this like a mummy. So I'm going to put some old fabric, you know how they used to bandage them, so like that, and we'll see what it turns out to be like. I'm not sure exactly what to do yet, but that's what the ideas are. I might even I'm just wondering if I have even some mesh stamp. That might be cool. Or some, I'm just thinking out loud here. Maybe some gauze. Okay, found some gauze in my first aid kit. So this will do. Some cling, they call it. 4x4 cling. Yes, this will do just dandy. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. I think I'm going to use some shading gray. Yeah, it's High Flow Acrylics in shading gray. Focus. Come on. There we go. I think I have to do my face without the bandages on it first. I think it would be easier painting wise to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to use a round brush. I think it's a number 1. Could be wrong. There's no number on it. It's Derwent brush that came with, I think it was water-soluble pencils. So I'm going to start with the shading gray, and I'm going to put in where there's shadows. So I'm following basically the photograph that's in the book. So wherever there's major shadows, right here. Yeah. All right, now, so far, here's what I've done. Now, this is too dark for me, so I'm going to have to put a little bit of, I'm going to use gesso. with a little bit of water. Yeah, it's too, no, I guess I'm gonna have to use full strength. Yeah. Just to calm it down. So we have highlights are in here. That dry, and then I'm going to figure out where I want to put the bandage, wrap bandages. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this gauze on. I dirtied all this up, and I'm going to use this see what we can do. Okay. So I think I just need to darken this a little bit. Okay, the reason why I did that was I wanted the underneath darker. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some probably gesso. We'll try it. If I have to, I can always gray it down. And I'm just going to dry brush over to the top so it just catches all of these threads because I don't want it black. All right, now what I do is I like to finish the detail up with pens or markers. So like this is a Stedler. So I like to do the eyebrows and stuff like that. And eyebrows, the hairs go in a certain direction on your eyebrows. They usually go to the direction of your temple. And with this part, there's a few stray ones that are kind of wonky, so gives it a better, more realistic look. If you can make sure that you have the hairs going in the right direction, it does make a big difference. make sure that you, excuse me, make sure that your paint is dry or it'll wreck the pen. So he would have because he's looking up a bit, so you're not going to have the eyelashes necessarily overlapping into the eyeball at all. It's more you're almost looking at the top part of the thickness of the eyelid because of the way he's looking. He does have kind of a dark ring around his iris of his eyes. He's when you're scared, your pupils are usually very big. That's why I have these so big. Let's get a bigger pen. This is a number 1 marker, micron. We'll just fill this in so it's nice and dark. And this back in here would be very, very dark. It goes to the back of your throat. And just a little bit in here around his teeth, bit of an outline. And in his nostrils, just top part of his nostrils would be dark. Let's see. of highlighting in his eyes. I think I'll use Sharpie. These extra fine white water Sharpies. Let's see. Now he has quite a few. I'll probably have to go back. Even in its tongue, you might have a few from because your tongue's wet. Sometimes it's kind of neat to put some right there because it kind of gives it a little gleam in the eye, I guess you would call it. So let's try that. A little more. I bought these new Derwent graphic and a really nice, very, very, very fine. Very fine. So, and it is ink. All right. I think I'm done. What do you think? I will pop out a little bit. There. So this is my page. Hope you like it. I hope you got something out of it that you can use in your work. And got any questions about what I used or anything you need to know on how to do something, just leave a comment and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. And got any more suggestions for stuff you want me to show you, let me know. Until later, have a great night and stay creative. Bye.